How come we can use this, but we can't use
We're live, because that says that hashtag show and not Marvel Studios.
But the music isn't...
It's a soundbite that's under 10 seconds.
Yep.
But anyway, we are live right here with... What did we call this? What was the new name for this show?
Marvel Phase 1.
Nope, it's called Infinity Watch. We just changed the name to Marvel Infinity Watch. And we're going to be talking about everything here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to be talking about the movies, the TV shows. We're also going to be talking about some of the comics and how those pertain to some of the movies.
I love that movie. That is my favorite Rocky.
Right, exactly.
So that's what we are going to be talking about. Guys, how's your week been?
Huh? That's basically how my week has been.
What?
Huh?
How about you? Where are you going tonight?
Busy. Yeah, where you going?
I'm going out, going out K-Town. Woo! I love K-Town.
You're not in K-Town. You're going to Little Tokyo.
Oh, Little Tokyo. There you go. Whatever. I don't freaking know.
K-Town.
I don't know.
You can't just replace one Asian place with another Asian place.
The corner of blah and blah is exactly. Oh, I do that a lot though. Remember where do we go?
Yeah, this guy he doesn't know that there's different forms of Asian things.
No, I do.
We go to Japan World Heroes and he goes, "Is this a Korean convention?" He's called Japan World Heroes.
No, because there was a fandom that's popular in Korea. That's why I was like, "Is this a Korean convention?" You know, it's like you see K-pop at a Japan thing. You're like, "Wait, what? This is a Korean convention?" Because K-pop shouldn't be. There's J-pop.
All right, Migdalia.
Anyway, oh yeah, I know, pretty much.
Anyway, earlier this week, Migdalia and I had a chance to go to the Thor Ragnarok Art Show at Hero Complex. It's going to be out from... It started yesterday, officially open to the public, October 20th, and it runs all the way to November 2nd. You can check that out at the Hero Complex. We had a lot of fun. There's a picture of us from the red carpet there. Migdalia, what did you think about all the art?
I liked the art. There was some really good prints. I think this is a perfect movie to base artwork off of. I do wish they could have, well, I mean, it's whatever art they can get, but I would love to have seen more sculptures and, like, they had a cool 3D art print going on with, like, little pieces of paper, which is kind of a new thing. But we got an exclusive poster as well, which was really cool.
I'm going to give it away. If he puts that picture up on the thing, I'll give it away.
What picture? Of the poster?
The picture of the poster. If he puts it up, I'll give it away.
Give it away now.
But yeah, it was a cool art show. The gallery itself is kind of small and intimate.
Yeah.
But it was...
it was smaller than I thought. I thought they could have expanded on it more. But I mean, it's...
Well, they needed to put our bars somewhere.
Yeah, 2 bars.
They needed to put the 2 bars somewhere. That was such a fun time.
Yeah.
We ran into a lot of folks that we all knew there, or that we knew there, and people that we didn't even know worked for Hashtag. They were there.
I know, like, wait, we're here. Like, oh, okay.
It was a lot.
And what about the special guest that we were all trying to guess?
We knew who it was though, right? And then she didn't show up, or she did show up, or
no, I heard she didn't. It was supposed to be Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have guessed Jeff Goldblum.
Posters up.
Great. Posters up. That's the poster we're going to be giving away. So at the end of this episode, if you super chat us, or if you tweet out a link to this episode, then we'll retweet you. But if you tweet it out, then you will be eligible to win this exclusive Thor Ragnarok poster that you can only get at the Hero Complex Art Gallery. So for all of you that aren't in California.
Also Fandango.
And Fandango. You can also get that at Fandango. So no, you don't have to just be in California. Fandango's store, you can also get it.
Yeah. Well. You want to pay that money for it. Congratulations.
Look, they're all staring there.
I'm just jealous because I didn't go.
Well, you were here holding it down.
I was.
Holding it down.
It was a lot of fun.
I wish.
I'm just trying to think of... so we do have big Marvel news this week. We have a lot of news.
Giant
But
Marvel
the first
news.
line of business we have to talk about is the new Black Panther.
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How many times now have you watched it so far?
I watch the Black Panther trailer at least twice a day. Once I get up and when I go to bed, and my ovaries can explode. Like, I got chills during that trailer. When Michael B. Jordan first, like, comes out of the back of that van, I'm like, oh, honey, he is giving me fierceness. And,
Michael B?
Yes. And then the Black Panther suit, when he put that on, I was like, no.
That's not a Black... You talking about Chadwick?
No.
That's not a Black Panther suit.
It looked like a Black Panther suit.
It's a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Whatever nanotech suit he put on, I was for it.
It's a great looking suit. I love
good.
the gold, the color accents in that suit.
Oh man, it was so good.
Especially the fact before, Chadwick was a possibility, I thought they were going to get Michael B. Jordan to be Black Panther.
I also like what they're saying about these two characters, that he's not necessarily a villain. This is very much the Magneto Charles Xavier
also
relationship.
the Inhumans
remember,
thing.
I love this.
He's been exiled from their
Wakanda,
Wakanda, and it's like, man, to get back, it's like, getting kicked out of Toronto.
We don't know
this
how
is going to be different. So
play out
this
yet.
is, I believe the storyline in this is that Eric Killmonger's new character he wants Wakanda to expand into the world, whereas T'Challa wants to keep it simplified.
I don't know.
This is the bigger difference, and I think that, and the cool thing is that from set visits that I've heard people were on, they say that when Michael B. Jordan was doing his interviews, he would refer to his character. He's like, I'm not the villain. Like, I'm not the villain in this story. But number one, that's
what the villain would always say.
That's what the villain would always say. That's central
or the antagonist,
to
we should say, yeah.
But realistically, I possibly think he's not the villain. I actually think this is a character you're going to care about, that you're eventually going to get to see in the Black Panther suit as the proper Black Panther at some point.
Because I think it's going to be Andy Serkis's character is going to really
Claw,
be.
yeah.
Claw is.
And the limit. So, never mind. I can't. I keep forgetting that Thor's not out yet.
We all noticed that Michael B. Jordan has no accent in this, right?
That's why I was trying to.
I think he may have a slight one.
No, I heard he didn't because his background is because college in America.
I
thought he was.
They shot at Berkeley. I thought him
and his family were all exiled.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, he's able to come back, but he's like, I want to come back, but I want to expand. I thought that was the story.
No, yes, this is true. So, well, I don't know what your YouTuber name is, but Black Panther was partially shot in Korea, and actually I saw some of the footage of that. So it's a Korean nightclub / casino that they're in, and it's T'Challa and Martin Freeman's character that are in there together, and they're pretty much talking about Claw's there too, but they're pretty much talking about just kind of about like the thing that's about to go down.
Okay.
And then you see him turn into the Black Panther, like with that suit turns into the Black Panther, and he just kicks ass, and it's a crazy scene. But it's the Black Panther is going to be a very worldly movie. So it's not just taking place in Wakanda. We obviously know it's going to be parts of it are going to be in Berkeley, California.
They're going everywhere.
South Korea.
Right? We saw so many locations in the trailer alone.
Yeah. I haven't been this amped about a Marvel film in a while.
I don't know. Thor Ragnarok pretty got me.
Thor Ragnarok. I'm like, this is great, and yes, I'm gonna see it. But
those two, yeah.
This movie.
But those are two.
I'm like, great. How many times am I gonna go to the theater and see it?
Both movies are very completely different tones, I think.
Yeah.
Which is good. Well, which is a good thing, and actually for Marvel itself to make that kind of shift, where it's like, okay, we don't have to, make a film by the numbers. I mean, we see what Guardians does. Let's also just do that for other properties that we have. So it's great for them to do that.
Yeah.
And that change is so good to see. It's refreshing.
Yeah,
it really is.
I also love Ryan Coogler as a director.
He's great.
I think that they're...
No misses so far.
They're no misses. I think that guy's an amazing director. He's a great storyteller, and something like the Black Panther... Like, I interviewed him at San Diego in Comic-Con, and you could see he's a very soft-spoken guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can see when he lights up about when you talk to him about because I just asked him one thing just about the family aspect, and he was so excited just to share that, and you could tell that he has a lot of creative energy flowing for this movie. I'm excited for it.
He's a passionate guy, because even back when he wanted to do Creed, and I was very skeptical because the Rocky movies, being from South Jersey, they're big back there, and that's pretty much one of my most inspirational films out there. So when he was helmed to take it, I was like, I don't know. I mean, who is this guy? I know he did Fruitvale Station. I never saw it because it's so sad.
Yep.
But the way he always talked about doing that movie, if he feels very passionate about something, he will dedicate 100%, and that's what I really like about him. And he's very down to earth.
Well, that's interesting though. He's such a grounded person, but also a grounded director. Mm-hmm. So I know one of the biggest challenges probably for him was to come into a film with so much special effects and action choreography.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But Marvel has a great way of integrating their directors with people that know that side of things really well. So, let's somebody like James Gunn, right?
Also the fact that he stuck around.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's been in the industry that long. He's only done 3 or 4 feature films. And we've known bigger directors, more experienced directors have just been like, that's it.
Like DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay, she was rumored to be the director. Which, by the way, another amazing director. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this, but Ava DuVernay, J.J. Abrams consulted with her for Star Wars Episode 7 because she has such a such a vision for certain things. So I mean, I would eventually love to see her do a Marvel film. Mm-hmm. I want to say it's unfortunate she didn't do Black Panther, but at the same time, Ryan Coogler's Black Panther,
a good balance.
It looks great. So excited for that movie.
This is gonna change the game, especially as African American community. Like, this is so big right now that everyone is so excited. I was just laughing at Black Twitter going off the day the trailer dropped. I just found out Black Twitter's a thing.
That's the only Twitter that exists for me. You know it. You hear words that I say and things that I say. Like, that's all it's about.
No, this is gonna be great. The cast: Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker.
Do you think we'll see any other Marvel characters pop up in this movie?
No. I think they're going to let this stand on its own.
I think the Winter Soldier for sure, because he's in Wakanda.
I think they already said they weren't going to do that.
Oh, really?
I think Sebastian Stan came out and said, I'm not in Black Panther.
That's weird.
And then Anthony Mackie was like, I could just look at you and tell you we're not going to be in Black Panther. I love their dynamic. They have really good interviews.
It's an all-black cast.
Well, it's not an all-black
No, but I mean, he just he's like, I'm not going to be in this. Not a shot.
I am excited for this. In the cast, my God, everybody that they chose is perfect.
Seriously, really good.
A-list
really good.
level.
I just love how they're going to address the whole technology thing.
Oh, you know what? I have a theory about this.
Beyond.
Well, I think that's pretty easy to kind of address. I mean, I think that there's a Prelude comic book right now that's out. That there's a great panel in there that says that, I guess, when Iron Man in Phase 1 said that he was Iron Man, T'Challa had just become, was in his first year of being the Black Panther. So the technology's always been there. I don't think that that's the problem, because technology
I'm not saying
exists.
the problem. I said I can't wait.
Oh.
I'm excited for it.
I think you said, I wonder how they're going to explain it.
I'm so excited about the technology. It looks so dope. And then I said I also think it's going to be a connection to Kree. Just reverse engineering.
I don't know if it's going to be a connection to the Kree. But
dude, they have the Beyond Quinjets over there and all this stuff that you're like, okay.
My prediction is it's going to be a connection to the Soul Stone, because there is the land of the land of the dead or whatever it's called in the Wakanda that they have, and I think that that it's definitely going to have something to do with the Soul Stone. But when we were talking about all this Marvel stuff in the Black Panther, I forgot to mention we got the Super Chat feature. So what that does, it helps support the show. You can hit that button right next to the emoji sign. Helps support the show and use the Super Chat feature. We also have a TeePublic store.
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple of shirts on the TeePublic store. Hold on one second.
We do have a couple of new shirts on the TeePublic store. We also have we brought back our Doctor Strange shirt.
Wow.
Which is a pretty good one. I love that, with the whole Doctor Strange.
And Stranger Things too, right away.
Exactly. The Stranger Thing logo, and it says Doctor Strange, which is cool. We also have a Power Ranger shirt. Now, of course, if you guys are Power Ranger fans, which I think some of you are, you'll see it already, where it's Tommy, right?
Yep.
Changing from the White Ranger to the Red Zeo Ranger. Wow. It's really cool, and it's actually done by who?
Ryan Lindbergh, our in-house artist. Also, we have a Facebook group called THS Hashtaggers. I can't post that, so one of you producers are going to have to post it. What that is that will...
it's a community where you guys can get together, and when you're there, you're able to talk about... exactly. Nerd, geek, pop culture.
We can geek out together.
Expand it. Right now, we're at almost 200 and some odd people, and we'd love to even grow even more. I know every one of you has friends. If every one or two of you reaches out and hits about 2 or 3 of your friends and invites them, it just grows and grows and grows. Let's make sure that we represent... Exactly. Let's make sure that we represent the nerd community properly. So
can we talk more about the Black Panther trailer, please?
We can.
What about that Lion King scene?
Oh God!
With the Panthers in the tree and that color scheme, I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?
So
where are we
I've
at
seen.
now?"
I've actually have seen 2 scenes from this movie, and it's the one where T'Challa's getting where he's actually getting the celebration of him becoming the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
It is, as soon as you see it, it hits you that you would think Wakanda is supposed to be like this, like in Africa, like almost like a desert slash like
dirt
roads, mud house. Yeah, but it is one of the most colorful movies outside of Guardians of the Galaxy that I think I've ever seen.
Really?
I haven't seen the whole movie, obviously, but I've seen a few scenes of it. And
Even after seeing Thor.
Oh, Thor's good.
Rainbow Bridge, buddy.
Thor's really colorful because especially when they go to the Planet Hulk stuff, it's really good.
I'll spoil alert. Anyway.
That's in the trailer.
No,
It's not in the trailer. The Hulk doesn't fight Thor in the trailer.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but
So
I thought you meant like Planet Hulk.
No, like
now she
Sakaar.
just gave us. It was great. Thanks.
I didn't see it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
I didn't see
Just
it.
how dare you?
No, we're going again on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going
Oh, well.
because you didn't invite me. So.
Well, I'm going again on Thursday. Just kidding. I am. But we like Thor.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't?
It's
right now,
tracking to make
huge.
$90 million, I believe, opening weekend.
It better.
It's probably going to, because let's be real, like what Medea's ranking is tracking to be the
Medea!
number one. Whatever.
Medea,
Sorry you get so
tomato,
offended at
tomato.
Medea.
When you hear it and you're like, it sounds weird.
Wait, rewind. I have a question. Now, I know all about rights. Let's forget about rights for a minute. But wouldn't it be so awesome if Ororo Monroe was in this movie? Storm.
Oh.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, because there's something that I think is going to tie all that in. But well, that'll be a story later on.
Black Panther? Yes.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
TBC.
That's his wife. That's
we'll
his
get
lady.
to that. We'll get to that. But before we do that, I'm going to go in a little bit of an order here. So one of the bigger stories that kind of broke this week is that it's not really bigger, but it's a definitely Marvel story to keep your eye on. And I have a theory. This is the reason it's at the top of the show. Ty Simpkins is signed on to be in Avengers 4. For those of you that don't know who Ty Simpkins is, he was the young boy that Tony Stark was with in Iron Man 3.
So cute.
Oh, really?
I love that. I
So
love
he
their
signed on for
interactions.
Avengers 4. What does that mean? And I have a theory.
Huh.
Iron Man's dying.
Yes, and he's taking
And
over.
this is going to be for that
I don't
funeral
think he's gonna
scene.
take over.
No, he's not going to take over. But I definitely think so. One thing that we have on that hashtag show right now is that there was a casting call put out for people to go to a funeral.
Right.
Just so interesting that Ty Simpkins
Could be
now is
Captain
cast.
America too.
I don't think so. I don't
finally
think that's
get
what's.
that
Chris
that they-
Evans has like a nervous breakdown every 2 movies.
But here's the thing. I have a feeling that Captain America is going to end up staying back in time due to the reality gem. And he gets his final dance with Peggy, and he's going to stay there. That's going to be the end of his story.
Wow.
And I think that Iron Man is going to actually die. And that's why they're casting for this big scene. And this is why they're bringing back... Why else would you bring back Ty Simpkins?
Why are you bringing that bad juju? That's so sad.
No, but is this the... So that would be the film where Robert Downey Jr. is like, yep, this is my best way to say goodbye.
Yeah. Unselfishly and trying to just...
I'm going to sacrifice myself
sacrificing
for
himself.
everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
really-
Maybe him and Peter Parker are going to team up or...
No, well, they've already announced that in the next Spider-Man movie is going to be more grounded, and it follows right after the events of Avengers 4. And it's going to have a different Marvel character, not Tony Stark in it. So, with all that put together, if you're talking about... And Kevin Feige came out and said that the next Spider-Man movie needs to be the audience needs to relate. It needs to be it needs to connect with the audience on a different level. If Tony Stark is in fact the Uncle Ben of this cinematic universe, where in the last Avengers movie he has to teach him, hey, with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
What a better way. That's the best way to go out. And now you have a new character in Spider-Man that can almost take that Iron Man-esque mantle to the point where he could be the next Iron Man, because Tom Holland has stated that he wants to do this Spider-Man all the way up until they get to Parker Industries. That's Spider-Man in his 40s. So that would essentially be filling the void that's left behind by Tony Stark. Do I think that there's going to be another Iron Man? Yes, I do. And I think it's going to be Shuri, who is Black Panther's sister. And the reason I think that...
because we do have, like, right now in the comics.
Riri
Williams.
Yeah.
I think they're going to combine the stories, because you've seen
Exactly,
Marvel
that's
do
what I
this in the
thought.
past.
Yep.
And Shuri in the
She's the
movies,
one that makes it...
she has the gauntlets of
Yeah.
that seem very similar, especially with the technology she has. She can easily become the Ironheart character.
Yeah, that
because
makes sense.
if she's thinking, hey, I should be Black Panther. Why am I not the Black Panther? Well, guess what? You're going to be the new Iron Man.
That makes
and I
sense.
think how cool would that be? And this is going to tie into another story we have in just a second. But how cool would it be? We have a younger crew now. We have Spider-Man, Tom Holland. He's going to stay on. We would have Shuri, who's an African American female, to be a lead of an Iron Man franchise movie, which I think would be super cool. And we'll get to something else in just a second. But what do you guys think about that?
Will Black Panther
Ty
still be-
Simpkins, number one.
I
Let's
think
go.
we're thinking too much on that one. It
I don't know,
could
like,
be
will Black
just a
Panther still-
two-scener.
Will Black Panther still be running around with that crew if let's say they made it that way?
Well, look, you have to assume that at some point all these movies are not necessarily going to reboot, but there has to be a mantle passed down. Right now in the comics, if the comics are going to dictate anything, what's going on right now is Marvel Legacy. So this is obviously they having legacy characters, right? So that's what I'm thinking could be happening. That's my theory of what I think Ty Simpkins is coming back for.
Wow.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but it's a long
It's like
It's a long plot.
3 to
Yeah,
4 years from
but
now.
we've had the last
phases. Well, it
14
does in
years
phases.
of long plots.
It does in phases. And I mean, I get it, it's a long con, but man, that's a lot to change.
It
They're
is.
going to
a
have
long
to.
time.
A lot of these actors are tired, especially Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he started this movie when he was like 39, 40 years old.
He's already like, all right.
He's
yeah,
in his
I've been here for now.
early 50s. Like he broke his leg on the set of Iron Man 3. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to. He doesn't
Like
want to do this
Harrison
forever.
Ford. He's going to become Harrison Ford.
you
He's
think
like,
so?
fucking kill me already.
So you think
No.
he's just gonna walk around high with a weird earring
And get into plane crashes. No, he's already had those moments.
Exactly,
but
Yeah,
right?
I think
he's
so.
lived life
He's
pretty
had
hard.
that-
I
Yeah.
think he's fine.
He went in the reverse.
Now, so you guys don't have any idea of Ty Simpkins at all?
man.
I think
I
it's just him coming.
I think
If the
he's coming
funeral
back to the
thing
funeral
is,
scene.
But for the funeral scene, I'm thinking
Yeah,
it makes
that's
sense.
it.
If it is the funeral scene, then maybe it is Tony
I
Stark.
can't think of
Because why
any-
would he come for Captain America's funeral?
look, everybody would go to a Captain
Yeah,
America's
but why would you?
I don't think
why
Cap's
would you
dying.
make
I
the
think
effort?
Cap's
Why would you make
Cap's
the
gonna
effort for him?
seemingly die, but I think
Okay.
he's gonna get caught in the reality gem, and I think that's a big part of the storyline.
He needs
I
to
mean,
get
I
over
can
this,
hear
Peggy.
that.
Okay, there are other women out there. He's got Black Widow sitting right
But
here.
that's not a thing. Because what about Black Widow and Hulk?
I'm
I
not
was gonna say
buying that. I bought Captain
Why
America and
not?
Black Widow back in Winter Soldier. The thing with the Hulk was so forced; it was ridiculous.
Then you're not gonna like Ragnarok.
No, I'll like it.
I love the fact
it's
that she-
already been
you know,
committed
she
to,
was
but
able
I don't
to-
buy it.
She was able to tame the beast. You know that little hand.
Yeah,
thing
that came out of nowhere.
The sun's getting really low.
Right, it's like, oh, baby.
Sun's getting
That
really
came
low.
out
Yeah, the
of
sun's getting really low
nowhere.
there, champ.
No build
All right,
up.
let's move on. We're going to move on to our next bit of news. The Runaways is officially wrapped. James Marsters, who played Spike on Buffy, officially tweeted that just got back from the wrap party. Such a great time. Everyone showed
I
it's
didn't
cool.
even know he was in
We
it.
have a picture.
What?
We have a picture of that tweet. He plays one of the fathers. Actually, he plays. Oh,
People
man.
playing dads. I feel so old.
He's great. Actually,
It's happening.
it's so funny. I interviewed him on the set of this show on Runaways, and he was completely still in character. By the way, he
Really?
just got done shooting, sat down with us, and was still completely in the character.
Does he have an American accent?
Yeah, in real life?
I can't. No, I know in real life.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He
In the
does.
show, I
Yeah.
can't take it.
He does. Did you put that picture up?
Why not?
Great. So yeah, he
Why not?
posted that.
Doesn't sound right.
First of
No.
all, are you guys familiar with the Runaways? Brian
barely,
K. Vaughan?
Barely.
No.
It is one of the
Barely.
best. Can you make the pictures bigger, by chance?
The whole screen.
Yeah.
Just cover up Daniel right in the middle. Put it, literally do that. Just put me up.
I agree. Tony's gonna die. We're gonna show that there.
Also, someone was like Jeff Goldblum 65. Was that true?
It's true.
But he is so cool though. Goldblum is
Alright.
ridiculously cool. He's what Nicolas Cage wanted to be. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
But the Runaways, you guys aren't familiar?
No.
A little bit, no.
It's one of the best comics. I will guarantee you that you will read it. Just read it.
Wow, that's a
So
bold
what happened to
statement.
it?
Brian K. Vaughan. What is it about?
No, what happened to it? Why is it not still?
It still is out.
Is he still
Currently,
no,
Brian K.
he's
Vaughan's
not.
not. No, he's not writing it anymore. Joss Whedon ended up writing it after him.
I
Actually,
heard about that. I heard he had a run.
it's amazing. Just read it. It is very good. And this show is going to dive deeper into that world. So if you're a Runaways fan, not only you're going to get the kid's side, the point of view, now it's going to focus on the parents. So, actually, we're working on getting one of the parents here, the one, Alex Wilder's father that plays Alex Wilder, in studio to do a thing with him.
Could you tell us what Runaways is about?
Yeah, it's the premise of the Runaways is...
I'm asking, I'm like, all right, well, we're talking about it. Let's go.
The premise of the Runaways in the Marvel comic book is that they're all kids of supervillains. And they all kind of form a team, and they want to be they don't want to be that.
Okay. It's almost like the Descendants.
I was going to say
it,
but it's a Disney.
That's what the Disney villain kids get together.
Yeah.
I think the Runaways has just done much better.
I would think so. I hope so.
I bet, because if you've seen some of those still images.
If anybody's familiar with Brian K. Vaughan, he's written Y the Last Man.
Right.
He wrote Lost. He was
showrunner for
he's
Bubble Show.
He's written X-Men. He's written a lot of things. So check that out. The Runaways is coming out around Thanksgiving time.
Now, are they like all orphaned children?
No.
Or
so their parents now,
like,
in the comics, their parents are part of a cult, like a villainous cult,
almost like a Hellfire Club.
Kind of like a Hellfire Club.
Okay.
And that actually is still a part of this. However, some of the parents. So one of them's a mutant, like Molly's a mutant. Okay. They have a dinosaur. It's amazing, and the dinosaur is going to be in the show.
Oh really?
Oh my god! Like Lockjaw.
But it's actually this dinosaur is actually it's a practical. The people from Jurassic World made the dinosaur. Okay, and it's a practical. It's good. I'm going to tell you right now. I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's good.
Okay, all right.
It's very good. It's by far better than Inhumans. It will be on Hulu. I promise you. People are raving about Runaways. It's very good.
Cool.
Insert Kanye West song.
The next story I want to bring up is Kevin Feige said that they're not opposed to doing a female Thor movie when Chris Hemsworth is ready to hang up the Mjolnir. So
Mew Mew.
Meow,
they
meow.
should
Meow, meow.
really address this timeline issue. That's the story.
Well, he did address the timeline issue.
That they're going to fix that.
He already addressed that.
So what's
he addressed that last week. When I interviewed
how did he
him,
address it? Because he said he was going to fix it in the movies.
He said that there's going to be. First of all, they all don't take place as soon as they're released.
No, of course not.
So there's going to be something that's coming out to tell you exactly what takes place when.
Right.
There's not necessarily an issue with the timeline. There's an issue with putting the films and the movies together. I mean, the movies and the TV shows together. That's the biggest timeline. That's the biggest problems they have. Everything else kind of works out.
What is the timeline issue?
Oh, the only big one is Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man kind of came in and messed things up with the way they were like saying 8 years later from I think the first Avengers film. Yeah.
Not really.
Wait. Or was it?
Wait, Spider-Man was 8 years?
Yeah, the events that happened from Avengers 1 happened 8 years. And then Spider-Man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then a couple movies got kind of like...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. It all depends on when those movies actually took place. Because we're led to believe that those movies took place as they were released.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I don't think we were. I don't think that.
Well, because the actual Marvel watch order currently is Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, and then the Hulk. Yeah, and that's not the way they were released.
Right. Okay. Then Captain America obviously happened.
Now Thor and then Captain America. And then Avengers. And then, like, Guardians, for example. Guardians 2 takes place, like, a month after Guardians 1 is supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah. But Guardians 2, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like, I was looking at the whole timeline for that. It's like,
I mean, if Fox has taught us anything, it's to not marry yourselves to a timeline.
Yeah.
You're just going to get a headache.
There you go. That makes sense. Oh, boy.
So, anyway, we had Kevin Feige came out and was asked about a female Thor. And with that article, most of all these articles are up on that #show.com, so you can check those out. But his exact quote was, we always look back to the comics to get those ideas. Sometimes very specific stories like Civil War, sometimes just nuggets or characters like Planet Hulk. So anything that happens in the comics, even a female Thor, become great potentials for ideas from which future films can be born. So, there's 2 things here. That's the Wonder Woman thing.
That's the song from the Thor.
That sounds
trailer.
like the Wonder Woman thing.
A little bit.
That sounded like the Wonder Woman thing.
If I do it, it's the same sound.
So, right, so do the Thor one.
I'm not saying I do. I just told you.
Just do the Thor one. No, do the Wonder Woman theme.
Oh, it's the same thing. God damn it, it's the same thing.
Okay.
No, Wonder Woman is like... it's weird.
Sorry. So in the comics, the female Thor was Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert if you didn't read Thor, but
Wow.
it was Jane Foster.
How many years ago?
However, I think the perfect person to pick up Mjolnir would be Valkyrie.
That makes sense.
Tessa Thompson is a great actress. I think
she
that
is.
she's brilliant in Ragnarok, and I think she's gonna come out being like a lot of fans.
Still
gonna
a
love
show.
her.
People are gonna love her.
So think about this now. This brings us back to
she's amazing.
Shuri being Iron Man, and Tessa Thompson being Thor. That would be amazing. Right?
Let's see how brave Marvel is.
And then
Marvel
imagine,
got so black.
and then imagine Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
Right, exactly. That would be insane. They're just like, hey, what's going on? Like you're like, wow, JLA? No, it's not JLA. What's going on?
Your
here?
move, DC. They'll be like,
right.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, they're like, John Stewart.
That's right. Just go with Jon Stewart, right?
Next year.
the John Stewart story. That's all they're doing now. There's a bunch of black people. We need something.
So I really like the idea of having a female Thor, and it'll make more sense after Ragnarok. But I think that having a female Thor would definitely set the tone of Marvel really changing the game up. Because let's be real, Marvel has a lot to make up for not giving us a female superhero movie until 14 years after their debut. So
Kind of sucks, man.
I'm okay with that since they're bringing me Black Panther.
Well, Black Panther I'm digging, but they could have done Black Widow a long time ago.
No, of course.
They didn't. Instead, they were like, no, we'll do
Thor 2.
No, we did Captain America as an espionage story when we clearly should have done Black Widow as an espionage story.
do you think people would have went to go see Black Widow?
Yes. She was one of the most popular characters.
I don't know. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm going to be honest here, the male in me is like, nah. People would not go see it.
Really? Tell that to Wonder Woman.
No, I'm saying no. The Wonder Woman, yeah.
But that's Wonder Woman's a known.
The way they downplay Black Widow in so many of the films, I feel that's the thing that takes away from it, where it's not built up. Wonder Woman, her first showing on screen, it was like, shit, she stole the show. She is what this whole movie was all for.
So
Everyone
why wouldn't
loved
she
it.
bring an audience?
But no,
she
that's
has
the thing.
so much mystery.
No, she would, but the thing is, they
I don't
downplay
know.
Black
I
Widow
don't
so
know.
much that there's kind of like, she has so much mystery, but we don't really care about it. We'll never answer.
I don't
They're
think
like you chauvinist pigs.
I don't
It's
think a
never gonna
Black Widow movie would have done super well. Compared to Captain America, I don't think it would have done well.
I think it would have. It would have been the first. It probably would have took most of the success and money from Wonder Woman, to be honest, probably.
I think it would have been too soon. That's like saying, would you see a Gamora movie?
Well, no, I feel it's too late.
Well, would you want to
It
have
should've
seen a
been
Guardians
earlier.
of the Galaxy movie when it was first announced?
But see, that's during phase like 2 or 3,
No, that's
right?
What
saying,
does the
they
phases
should've-
matter? We're talking about how characters
because I'll
have
tell
been
you,
established.
because if it
They
didn't matter,
should've done it earlier.
the Guardians of the Galaxy would have been one of their first movies.
No, I just feel that where they gave Winter Soldier, it should have been Black Widow's movie. That's how.
Well, yeah, that was the only spot it was going to make sense in.
And it would have made sense.
I mean,
It
I would have
still kinda
rather have
mixed those
gotten a
stories
Black
all
Widow
together
movie
and go.
than Thor 2.
Yeah, that's
Thor
what I'm
2
saying.
should have never
Thor
been made,
2
and yes,
sucks.
they could have put it there. They could have put it there, but she wasn't as established then at that time. If it came out at
What?
that, if you
No,
look
Thor
at
2 was phase 2.
Thor 2 was phase 2, but what else was in phase 2 before Captain America?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is Captain America.
Phase 2. What else was in it?
Phase-
Guardians of
yeah.
the Galaxy?
Oh,
Yeah, that was phase 2.
That's true.
And that was it, right? Was there one
Iron
more?
Man
Iron Man 2.
3.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3.
By then.
And
She's
Avengers
already
2.
Strong. Yeah, Avengers 2. Oh, shoot.
She was already a pretty strong character.
Yeah.
I just would have loved
They
her right there
really
at that
dumbed her
time.
down after Avengers 2.
Yeah, that's true.
where
I
the
do agree.
characters-
We have a great comment in here by Isaiah Cathins. I'm going to just touch on this comment real quick. Isaiah says Wonder Woman is bigger than Black Widow, which is true. The source
course.
material is strong.
So
She's
a lot
part
of
of the Holy
comics were
Trinity.
bigger than Iron Man. A lot of comics were bigger than Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not. If you make a good movie, it doesn't matter what the fan base looked like or what the success of the comics looked like, as Marvel has already proven time and time again.
But have they?
I would have
I
had J.J.
think so.
Abrams.
I mean,
would have had
we
J.J.
have it in
Abrams
Human
I mean,
show
you've
that
had
nobody's
Wonder
watching.
Woman on screen already with Linda Carter.
I don't.
True.
I
And we
think
had
this
that
is.
failed one on NBC. Yeah, that's true.
But
but
listen,
I don't
it could've
remember
been-
that one.
I think
could've
those are a
been
little different. I think that everyone can sit here and say, "Oh, Iron Man was a C-list level character."
He was.
He wasn't though.
Really?
He had his own cartoon.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he always
there's
did.
there's
They always
not
pushed
there's
him.
not really a character that they. I've never seen a Black Lightning cartoon, or you know what I mean. I've never seen
But
a.
now you're coming out with it.
They're coming out a TV show after the oversaturation, sure.
Static
But
Shock.
have we? Did we get to see a like back during then when we were younger? Was there a, I don't know, a Squirrel Girl cartoon?
course not.
But also, you guys are
Movie
talking
Plus,
about the
no
character.
movie
You have to
Plus.
think about Scarlett Johansson. She was one of the biggest stars back then as well.
That's
back
true.
in Phase 1, Phase 2. With her, she brought in box office money with Don John. So they couldn't
wait.
capitalize that
Actually,
whole thing.
She made Don John sell. No joke.
Yeah,
She
did.
What's
sure,
his name
sure,
was
sure,
there,
but
but no one would've watched it if it wasn't for her.
we're talking a huge difference.
Okay, true.
When you're playing with a Marvel budget compared to an independent movie like Don John, that's a completely different story.
No, of course, but I'm saying with the profit to dollars. Like, she was a name that people were putting on there because they could bring seats into the movies. Whether it was on her looks or her acting, whatever.
But then there was Ghost in the Shell.
But that
that
Ghost in the
is the problem.
Show was last year. We're talking about
No,
during
but
Phase
Lucy-
1, Phase 2. Lucy made a lot of
Lucy
money.
didn't know.
Yes,
Lucy-
it did. Look it up. It was very successful. It was very successful.
If it was that successful, they'd be making a sequel.
No, they wouldn't. The
Not
story
everything
ended.
needs
Did you
a
watch
sequel.
Lucy?
Yeah,
The
not
story had
everything
a
needs a
close
sequel.
ending.
Are you
She's
sure
done.
that
Yes.
it's ended? Because I literally just got done talking to Luke Besson
He wants to do another.
like 2 days ago.
With
and that's
Scarlett
like the rumor.
Johansson or a whole different story? Did you watch Lucy? That's the
No,
question. Okay, it's a closed end with her
She's
character.
gone. Her character, at least.
Yeah.
They can still take on the concept with another. Character.
We'll see what
Yes.
happens. I
But the
personally,
thing is, I feel that she could have Atomic Blonde, man. I mean, dang, that pretty much could have been Black Widow's film.
yeah, but then how much money did that movie make?
Oh, it didn't. But the thing is, with Scarlett Johansson at that time during Phase 2, at the very beginning
Yeah,
of
'cause
Phase
you guys
2,
are talking about
if
2
we
years
did,
ago.
if we did
We're talking
Atomic
about
Blonde and just
5 to 6 years ago.
replace her with her,
I honestly,
boom, that
I
would've
don't
been
think
great.
it would have made as much money as Captain America, Winter Soldier, and especially Winter Soldier.
feel-
Mainly
No, but
because
we're
Winter-
talking about replacing it.
Well, anyways, regardless of that, Winter
Replacing
Soldier
Thor.
was something that fans had wanted for a long time.
Okay.
Can you name me? If
replacing
you can
Thor.
name me, if you can name me one Black Widow storyline, then I'll say sure. But just name me one.
I couldn't name you one Guardians of the Galaxy storyline when that first happened.
Sure, that's fair. But Guardians of the Galaxy was a completely different venture. When you're
Why?
talking, because that's a space movie. That's opening you up to the space universe. What other character are you
But
going
we're
to do that
talking
with?
about the cloud of
Well,
characters,
this would
right?
have been an espionage, and at that
But
time,
you
it
already
would've been-
had that.
No,
With what?
Oh well,
With Captain America.
No, but we said
No, we're
talking about
taking
what if
that
we
out,
replace
'cause that's
Captain America
when the
with.
talk-
But
Or
then
instead,
why
what if we
would
replace
you
Thor
how would you
2?
have introduced the Winter Soldier? Because that's what made it an espionage
Okay, and that's
movie.
why I said why not replace Thor 2 with that?
Again, then you would have Captain America. You would have had two movies that are exactly the same back to back.
Yeah, the
That is
point
true.
is taking Winter Soldier out of the equation.
I don't think it works because
Because then you would have missed out. He's saying you
you
would have missed out on
you
Bucky.
can't tell that same story with the Winter
But they
Soldier,
only
which made it
had,
an
they
espionage.
had to bring in the Winter Soldier because they're like, what are we going to base Cap 2 about? So
Sure, so that's what I'm saying is you don't have that source material to base Black Widow on anything
Yeah.
like that.
And the thing is, I was trying to think about maybe cutting Captain America in half and making it a double film, but there was so much in Captain America that you can't just get rid of. So it was like, damn.
oh no, not the original one.
No, not.
Listen,
I'm
I
talking
also
about
think
Winter
that it's better served. I think that there's a
deserved
longer
the film,
story
yeah.
in play here.
Yeah.
That the Black Widow will get her own film.
It's gonna be
Eventually.
too
At the end of the
too
day,
little, too
who
late,
cares? They
No, I
had
don't
enough
think so.
money they could have took the risk with.
Think about this. There's a reason. I personally think there's a reason why every single one of those visions in Avengers 2 happens, and I think those will all play out in the future. You had Stark's vision of being defeated, like in the galaxy, in the stars or whatever. You had
Somehow in this
you had
movie
you
world.
had Steve Rogers, who had his vision of being back in the 1940s with getting his final dance. You had Thor back in Ragnarok when it was being destroyed.
Talking
I mean, back in Asgard when it's being destroyed.
Jacuzzi vision.
Yeah. Well, he also talked to Heimdall or whatever.
Heimdall, yeah.
Heimdall. But then they took that out.
respect.
Heimdall?
So you had Black
Heimdall?
Widow. You had Black Widow's vision, who was back in Russia, like
But-
doing her training.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: what if they make? I'm just saying, throwing it out there. I have a feeling that there's going to end up being like another Black Widow movie, and it's going to be a prequel.
You mean one Black Widow
Prequel?
movie?
Okay.
And,
Yeah, so they can like make up for the fact that they took so long.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't capitalize on the height of the Americans.
I think
and period
that-
pieces.
I think, and you have a good chance here to make a. I think you needed to put all these pieces in play to have a good movie, though. You needed to have. If you don't do a prequel movie, you can have another espionage movie, but have the Winter Soldier in it, have Hawkeye in it, supporting characters.
Well, they
You
should
didn't
be.
have that.
that
Then.
was the thing. They were like to then pair her with Hawkeye. The only thing is, it might be just too late to do origin stories. Prequel, it could probably work, but at this point, using those original cast characters as an origin story, at
How
this
old are
point,
You could
Yeah,
do a
you're gonna
prequel
have
though.
to
You could
age them
easily
so
do
much.
prequel. I mean, if anything tells us you could do a prequel, it's look at didn't they look at Kurt Russell or when
But
they digitized
yeah,
him?
no, you're right though. Look at Kurt Russell for how
But
long?
I mean, I don't.
Compared to the entire
the
film.
thing is, they didn't do much digital work on him. That was all practical.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, most
No,
of it was makeup.
Most of it was makeup.
Oh, I was watching the commentary and Gunn was talking about that, the company that really de-aged them. They're really
Some
cool,
of it,
blah, blah,
though.
blah.
Very
Yeah.
little. It was mostly practical effects.
Because like with Michael Douglas, they had to pay a crap ton.
Yeah. So, but even
Yeah.
then, we're talking about people that are in their 50s to 60s
Right.
compared to people that are in their 30s to 40s.
Well, see, the thing is, Scarlett Johansson, I don't think you're going to need too much to go ahead and do it for her. But for what's his name, Hawkeye?
But it's not even de-aging, like a lot of the stunt work that she does. Who knows where she's at in her point at this career? Like, oh, do I want to
she's
keep
perfect.
doing this for another
She's
like
perfect.
few
She can do it
years?
forever. She's like amazing. No, she is. Everyone else I question, but I think she can do it. I think so. She's
Yeah.
down.
So it would be cool. Let's move on to our next story. Skrulls and X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Ah, yes.
So what does that mean?
It's been floating around. A lot of people.
First of
been saying
all,
it.
Skrulls we know are going to appear in Captain Marvel.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
That's what was announced at Comic-Con in San Diego.
which makes sense.
Now we're
Dark
hearing,
Phoenix is premiering first with the Skrulls.
right. So people are saying, are this taking the winds out of Marvel's sail, or could they be working together on some little aspect?
I don't think
Now,
so.
see, we're
Fox
the
is way too stubborn for
We're
that.
Well, I think they have to a little bit.
Skrulls were part of the Fantastic Four deal.
No,
Just
Skrulls
like
can be
Galactus?
shared by both universes,
Okay,
I
cool.
think now.
So I was like, Galactus, I know, is part of the Fantastic Four deal and blah, 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 and all these other things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Skrulls
But-
is going to be in both the universes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's confirmed.
Wow. So then, ultimately, is this our way to bring everything together? It would be good because they're intergalactic characters. There has to be something going on with
Listen, the
Infinity
fact that Fox
Gems.
won't even let Marvel say mutant says a lot.
See,
That says a lot. It's just a term.
It may change in the cinematic universe, though. It
No,
may
that
change.
is the cinematic universe.
No,
they
I'm
cannot
saying
use
no. I
mutants.
don't. No, they can't do it in television. Also, I'm saying, but I mean, ultimately, things may change. Putting the scroll and having the scrolls be able to be shared in both of the universes. This is the one thing that ties both of them together completely, and they are intergalactic, etc., etc.
Besides
that would be
Quicksilver?
the great way. Yeah, that would be the great way to bring everything and then just meld it and push it through.
I don't know. I think just Fox
Infinity.
needs to get smart and take their page out of Sony's handbook and just be like, let's do something here.
I think that they're
Think so?
definitely working together. And the reason I say that is, why else would they let Fox, which is a competitor, make Legion and The Gifted? Because they have to get Marvel's permission to make mutant TV shows. That was a part of the rule. So there
But
has
isn't
to
the
be
movie division and TV division different? They're ran by
for
different
Fox.
people.
For Fox?
Yeah.
No, because Gifted connects to the whole X-Men
FX
universe.
is definitely different from Fox.
FX is different, but they have to still, regardless, they still have to get permission to make those. And I do. You think about it. You really take a step back and think about it. Fox could have just been waiting all along to see what happened with the Sony Marvel deal, to see how it all played out.
Oh, of course. Everyone was looking at that.
To see it. All right, because because a character that they actually did have to get the rights or to borrow the rights from was I think it was Ego, the Living Planet.
Yeah, that's right. Because Ego is actually part of the
Ego was a
Fantastic
part of
Four
the
deal.
Fantastic Four deal.
That's right.
So that there has to be some kind of inner working here.
Well, a lot of galactic people were supposed to be part of it, but they forgot about the Guardians even existed.
There has to be a lot of inner working here with a lot of studios, or at least with Fox and Marvel at play.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess here is that, how cool would it be though to have the Skrulls in Dark Phoenix and the same exact looking Skrulls in Captain Marvel?
That would be dope.
Like,
That would be dope.
because I'd assume that you can't. I mean, if the Skrulls look different, I guess, but like an Infinity War could be the thing that ties it all together.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I think I think we could totally do that. But does that reset the X-Men universe? Again, I should say.
Well,
That's going to be
I mean,
upsetting.
they're doing what you're speculating that Marvel is doing. They're going to put the younger characters on the forefront. Because Jennifer Lawrence is definitely done after this.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Oh, right. I could have swore she said that after Apocalypse too.
Yeah, she was like, I just came back for the fans.
Nobody wanted
Girl,
you back,
what
Jennifer
fans?
Lawrence.
No
Nobody
one's
cared
a
about
fan
your
of you
character.
Mystique except the 10 people who love the Hunger Games.
That was
Sorry.
It. Everybody was like, I don't need to see some blue chick flipping around. I'm tired of this. And then she's
Like,
but the fans want
Bring
it.
back Rebecca Romaine already.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They're pushing Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Look, we're having a little debate.
I know
in
they're.
our
I'm
chat,
not
right?
watching the
Well,
chat. I'm
what
like,
they-
get my popcorn
Monster
out.
X5 and Carlos having a debate. So I don't know what it's about, but it seems like it's about, because right now they're talking about James Gunn and Infinity War. We can clear up some of this.
I like the fact that Monster X5 is a Black Widow and Winter Soldier ship. Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought that was Captain America.
No, that happens. That happens. Black Widow and Winter Soldier is a thing.
That would be hot.
They both know how to speak Russian. and-
You know who else is a thing, believe it or not, in the comics currently?
Sturovia.
Comics currently, I don't know about currently, but I know within the last few years, was Daredevil in Black Widow.
That would have been interesting. Two gingers.
How about Harley Quinn and Deadpool? I know a lot of
I just knocked down your mic. Boom.
Nobody.
Anyway,
I hate Harley Quinn with a passion.
Shut up, Joe.
They're the worst.
You hate Gwenpool the most, then.
Well, they're so
you got
stupid.
to.
Anyway, I think that Marvel. I don't necessarily think that X-Men needs to really reboot, mainly because they're going to go with the younger cast.
They just did it.
And they just did it, but this whole Deadpool thing too, like with the time jumping, the universe jumping.
Well, the thing is, Deadpool's going to have to do that when he starts linking up with his buddy Cable. Like, they love to pair them up for that good cop, bad cop, stupid shit, where it's like, okay, lethal weapon kind of thing.
Well, now we also know that Deadpool and Cable are going to be
an
an X-Force.
Yeah. Well, dude, like, Deadpool does consider Cable a close friend, which is weird.
And you talk to him?
No. In the comics, he considers Cable a good friend.
Exactly.
He considers Cable
mutual
a really
friends.
good friend.
Cable.
Yeah, exactly. One of my favorites. So.
Mutual friend Nathan Summers.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my friend. He didn't accept your friend request.
Summers, he doesn't. It's just I'm a follower, but still, I mean, he always refers to Cable as a good friend.
Ooh.
I mean, that's why even in the video game they had to make sure they put Cable in it. That's the reason why. And
need a screen for these
it's just
comments.
like connecting is really good.
What's
And I
going
think
on in
it's
the
gonna be-
comments,
Jalen
Migdalia?
just jumped in there.
Okay, what are they doing? What are you guys
Carlos,
doing
who
in
are
the
you
room right now?
antagonizing in here? Who do you want to die so bad? I think they're talking about Iron Man dying. Spider-Man?
Oh, they want Spider-Man because Tom Holland gives out all the spoilers.
What?
That's.
Really?
I think I read that earlier.
Oh my god, there's no pleasing a lot I people. It's literally the answer. There are too many people that
I
make
listen.
complaints. Fanboys
I
want
think
one thing and then they hate it and they want something else.
I honestly think that. Listen, you must, as much as everyone wants to hate on it, I think Iron Man's gonna die. Tony Stark has ran his course in this universe, and if you think about it, there's a great theory out there that says who's the biggest villain in the MCU? It's Tony Stark.
I've heard that so many times.
Why?
Wow.
Because had he not become Iron Man, none of this would have ever
Nothing would
happened.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay. Storyline wise, yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of true.
He was a catalyst to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he is.
So he needs to be the sacrifice.
There you go.
I love Iron Man, by the way, but he does need to be the sacrifice.
Love Iron Man, love RDJ.
I think
Well,
that.
I mean, if Captain America was never made,
but
then
it comes
Winter
full
Soldier
circle.
would've
It
been
comes
made
full
and killed
circle
Iron Man's parents.
because this is the line when Captain America in the first Avengers movie tells Tony Stark, you know, you wouldn't be that guy to lie down on the wire and let the other guy crawl over you. When in the last Avengers movie, he does that exactly. I think that how fitting of a way to end that character.
I
And
kind of
it's
felt,
okay
I kind of
now.
felt that he did do that in Avengers, where he flew the thing.
You know, there's
over
another
the
theory about
portal
that too.
and then
Have you heard about
Come
the
on,
theory
man.
that when he went into space with the thing on his back,
came
that when he
as a
came
different
down as a
person.
scroll?
Sorry.
There's a theory about that.
I just laughed at it. Well, so this is a really good theory. I really like it. This is something I really like. And you wait, and she goes, ha ha ha, like God.
Wait, I
We were
think.
there the whole time. When did the switch happen?
Well, we weren't. Were we there? The whole Oh yeah,
No, we
were.
weren't.
He flew up and then didn't.
Then it goes black, and then he closes his eyes, and then we go back to Earth, and then you see somebody else just
That's
fall
when the
on.
scroll came in.
Well, because there's a big armada there.
Where George Clooney floated over from gravity.
I honestly think it'd be hilarious if this actually happens, because then you're gonna look like an idiot.
She's like,
I'm not.
The other
no,
one.
now
I'm
it's
an
an
idiot now.
All right, well, listen. Kevin Feige already said there's scrolls that have already been in the MCU that
Which
you've
makes
already
sense.
seen.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
of
Martin
course.
Freeman.
I think Thor could be another one too.
But it's time.
Martin
It's
Freeman.
a fun
No,
time.
that's
What,
the.
to run the thing.
Well,
and have
but
a
Martin
scroll
Freeman's not doing anything evil.
Well, not yet.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah,
running.
he's
He's running. He's running.
If anything, that's still a
One-dimensional
Hydra
right
thing.
now.
That makes zero. Why would they put an Earth guy in a cosmic thing? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
True.
That that doesn't make any
He
sense.
makes a
We
government
put
that
George
allows
Clooney
people
up
to go.
there.
Huh?
He makes it. He's running the government division that allows these.
But he's
people
not.
to actually function. Doesn't
But he's
he?
not running the cover. If
No.
you're gonna put yourself as a scroll, at least make
Because
yourself the head guy in that
Well,
division.
No, that's too
Well,
obvious.
because Shield doesn't really exist, and he's kind of running whatever this thing is now, right?
No,
He's Black Panther.
he's not. He's just an
Black
agent
Panther?
for it. He's just an agent for it.
Oh, okay. Black Panther.
But it'll be okay for them to let go of Robert Downey Jr. now and Iron Man. His prime has passed.
I love
We
him
have-
and say
yes.
goodbye to him at this moment instead of letting it go
Back
down.
phase one,
and then
fast
say
phase
goodbye.
two. It wasn't possible. He was the face of Marvel.
Nick Fury could be a scroll also.
I would be shocked.
What is up with Nick Fury? Why are they stop putting him in films?
Yeah.
He's dead. Remember, he died and he went off the
Yeah,
grid.
yeah, but that doesn't mean
No, but
anything in
then
the
all of a
comics
sudden,
world.
but he's showing up
There's
everywhere
been
still.
so much
even though
that
he's
has
like,
happened.
even though he's dead, he shows up everywhere.
Well, he's already
All of a
announced for
sudden,
Captain Marvel.
Oh, here goes a blah blah blah. I just happen to have.
And we're assuming that he's going to be in Avengers 4. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's a couple movies that he's already.
Well, yeah, he's not going to be in Intergalactic. You know, like he's not going to really help too many people. It's the depth perception's off.
So
he's not doing much.
Back to the X-Men. Do you think that we'll ever see the X-Men cross with the Avengers?
No.
I don't know.
I think it's going to happen.
With the Skrull, that connection could be, but we got to see if Marvel's like, all right, that's the same exact Skrull we're using.
Well,
if so, yes.
Here's the thing. It doesn't. The reason why I think the connection's going to happen is why else would you put the Skrulls in Dark Phoenix? They have nothing to do with Dark Phoenix.
Just make sure they look the same, because they don't.
But didn't they have similar plot lines for something else before, besides a Quicksilver thing? I thought Marvel, I don't know.
It could be. I mean, it could be.
The Dark Phoenix are the Shi'ar Empire, not the Skrulls. So what point does that what does that mean? What point does that make?
Maybe
it would have made more sense
to
bring in the Starjammers to do this. But then at that point, it's a rip-off of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So
completely.
It's probably not going to happen.
I prefer that rumor before with the Lilandra and the Shi'ar Empire other than the Skrulls. That is very strange to me going in that direction. Right? So
it's kind of like, that's awkward because you already have one.
I don't think the rights are ever going to go back to Marvel, but I think that they're going to work out a deal where all of them could be in a shared universe.
It just makes sense.
That's going to be a logistics nightmare. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, if they're doing what Sony's doing with the Silver and Black per se, or Venom even, where they can do these movies and it's not going to affect the overall Marvel universe, I think that's fine. I mean, why? I mean,
we don't know how good it's going to be.
But it doesn't matter at that point. What does Marvel give a shit? Because they don't care what Venom does. They don't have plans for it. Like same thing with Silver and Black.
But at one time they didn't care what happened to Daredevil, and now they have a show. And they still...
Are you talking about Fox? Or are you talking about... Yeah.
No, I'm talking about how, something that we owned as the property, we went ahead and let someone have, they ruined it, and then now when we have the ability to do something with the character, even though it's not film, it was television, even though we have the time now that we're going to do it, we did it, but we still heard a lot of people saying, it better not be that Daredevil movie. It better not be that Daredevil movie. We're like, it's a different studio. We're not even going to make it relate to it.
Well, regardless,
that's something they kept hearing.
But that's something that if Fox has learned anything, rebooting is what they do. So that's not the issue. I think
Sony.
And Sony. I think the bigger issue is whether or not. Look, Fantastic Four is a great example. It's a franchise that can easily make money, but Fox has not figured out how to do it.
Never figured out, and it's amazing how they haven't.
If they can co-op with Marvel to make that a hit, why would you not do that? Because that's just money that you're going to make. The X-Men are their own thing, but I definitely think that will be... I think that there's going to be a movie where they'll do a shared profit, some type of shared profit deal. Has to be. It has to be beneficial for everybody, though. That's the only thing. All right, so let's talk about... Well, let's get into these comments real quick, and then we'll talk about our last segment of the show, which is Inhumans, which probably nobody's watching. All right, so actually, I'm going to let you start this.
This is our comments from the last episode. Hafiz Matsuberi says, 2.5 out of 5 for Inhumans. Runaways and Punisher for this year. You haven't seen Runaways and Punisher unless you work for Marvel.
But he already believes.
But okay. JW says, Blackyard Boltigan.
Wait, doesn't believe I've seen it?
No, I'm talking about this comment.
Said he hasn't.
Blackyard Boltigan, ha 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 ha. What's that?
What?
Blackyard Boltigan.
Oh, just pass it down for the next comment so Daniel will read the next one.
She read that one. Blackguard.
Oh, Blackguard Boltigan. Because that's
Bolton.
That was your, yeah.
Okay, all right. Bravo. Well, good job. All right, Serenity. Serenity says...
Serenity, are you there?
Medusa is so likable. This pretty much is going to go towards Joe.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Ready? All right, ready? Medusa is so likable, Pop. She keeps it real and is strong and fierce, Pop. Better than me because I would have gotten rid of the scientist chick right away because I can't.
Damn.
I just can't.
And you would be dead. That's number one. Number two is Medusa's life. What show were you watching? Are we watching
Serenity?
The same show like that? Are you kidding me?
Maybe that's the type of people that Serenity hangs out with.
Yeah, you know, strong women that are still persecuted.
I think in the general term population, those people are called douchebags.
What? I mean, no, she's only a douchebag.
Hold on, wait a minute. Those people aren't called douchebags. Like, we would all refer to, if you would have met Medusa and she was talking to somebody like that.
I am the queen.
Would you not be like, this chick is a bitch?
Yeah.
I know we said that.
Yeah. But she's also still very strong, man.
I didn't say she wasn't.
But that's what he does say.
Yo, you're backtracking here a little bit.
Maybe.
You are a bench rider.
No, remember, I did always say, I've said it a few times, I feel that she is a very strong character. I like the fact that yet you took away.
She's such a strong character.
What was supposed to be
she's such a strong character that she's on Earth looking for her husband and not figuring out herself. She's that strong of a character.
What do you mean, not figuring out herself?
She's literally like, Black Bolt, I'll find you. I'll go to wherever you are. Just fucking deal with it, Medusa. She's that strong of a character, she can't do that?
What I'm saying is, the thing is, as far as her strength, is just the fact that, okay, they've put her down and taken away everything from her, or what's supposed to be her identity, her strength, which is Medusa, her hair. Yet, even without the hair, without that, which makes her, she is still,
or human,
pushing out. Pretty much. But she's still doing as much as she can and being very strong about it. I'm not gonna let anyone take me down.
You're being strong about it, but you're looking for your husband to solve your problems to get you back home.
No, she's looking to actually help and protect and save her husband. That is her half.
Save her husband? Have you been watching the same show?
Mansplaining, everyone.
From what she knows right now, she doesn't know anything what was going on with him.
They have Serenity.
She saw him on a helicopter.
I disagree with you, and let's be real. I'll call Serenity out. I'm not afraid of Serenity. I guess Daniel is because you were saying something different.
YouTube username.
Have you watched any time when I've been on a Marvel show and talked about her? I've always said I like the fact that she's strong.
Listen, that's fine.
History. It's true. I've said it.
But that doesn't make her any less.
Character.
That doesn't make her any less likable.
No. She is, like I said, she's mean to herself.
But you know what? If we're going to talk,
she considers everyone to be
strong characters. There's a difference between being strong and being smart. She's not doing either one of those things. She's relying on a scientist to figure out how to get home, and she's trying to find her husband to have the strength to do everything. Her husband's going to have to build her up. Are you kidding me?
Really? You think she's looking for him for the strength?
Honestly, I think Crystal's a stronger character than her in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but they're all looking for each other. That's not fair. They're all looking for each other.
And talking about strong characters too. Right? Yeah, they are looking for each other in a way, but except Karnak. Karnak's like, fuck it, I'm staying here.
But
he's not looking for anybody.
You're saying for different reasons.
Let's be real. If we're talking about strong characters, if she was that strong of a character, even when they're sitting there laying in bed in the first episode, and she's like, oh, do you remember a time when we weren't king and queen?
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me? If we would have played that,
pretentious.
If we would have played that character up for when she was a thug kid with Maximus or whatever it was, sure, then I'd give you a little bit of credit. But we're not that.
Well, she wasn't even a thug kid. Remember, it was Maximus that wanted to do everything, and she was just okay. I'll go along.
Yeah, she's a strong character, right?
We've
seen a lot of evolution.
Well, there's growth compared to that one that was just like, okay, I'll go along with it. To now, Maximus, I don't trust you, and I know why.
She is the worst. She is the absolute worst. Honestly,
she's a horrible person.
As a person, it's terrible.
She's a horrible person.
Okay, next comment.
Would you want to follow her?
No. Because she's a horrible, mean person.
Let's go to the next comment.
It's Serenity again. So who's up? Oh, it's me, right? I didn't read one.
Yeah, you didn't.
That's. That song was so great. Just odd and out of place.
Oh, the R&B.
Sexy R&B. And we have been playing Goo Goo Eyes all day. Guess what's going to happen? LOL. So telecast.
So true.
That was so weird.
That song was really... It was like, I know, she was like, come on, you don't want to get in the water?
But everybody's swimming.
It was just like that.
Serenity also says, Serenity just goes on, dude, you need to learn how to just make a paragraph. Nah, that girl playing Crystal just can't act. It would be better if she actually did have that Disney overacting instead of just being a dead fish robot with no emotion.
Wow.
Shade.
Wow.
Shady up in here.
Oh boy, here it comes.
What?
Last 2 seasons of Dexter were just fine. LOL. I don't know what people were expecting. Him to get away with his mass murders forever? Just be happy he didn't go to jail.
I commented on this on the YouTube.
What'd you say on YouTube? Do you remember? Something close to it?
Listen, Dexter was so out of character. Spoiler alert, especially in relation to his sister at the end. No. Dexter was not fine. The fan base went insane. Scott Buck, you suck.
I was one of those people, and I did put hashtag Scott Buck, you suck. I did.
Yes.
I was
Serenity,
not a fan.
You don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Oh, my God. No,
You don't
come
know.
on. What he did to
I was fine with Dexter's ending. I was not fine with Dexter and Deborah's ending.
Dude, come on. It was horrible.
Yes.
It was horrible.
This one's from Serenity again. Don't get what there is to like about that human chick or any of the humans except Hollow. He's totes yummy. Who's Hollow? Hollow?
Is that the guy in the barn? The barn?
No, that's David.
Is that the Hawaiian dude?
It might be the Hawaiian guy.
What other-
She's super lame and annoying.
Oh, the scientist one.
Just want to see the Inhumans, and this is lame. Let's connect with human storyline. Why don't we watch? Why I didn't want to watch this show. All right, let's be real. I mean, Serenity claims to be an Inhumans fan. First of all, this isn't the Inhumans. This is just a bunch of characters with their character names that aren't the Inhumans. This character that we're seeing in Black Bolt is nothing like Black Bolt. If you actually want to see, like I said before, Serenity, I hope you've read it, and if you want to go in comic knowledge about this especially, we can do that.
Damn, challenges.
But Paul Jenkins' run on Inhumans 1 through 12, this is based on that storyline, except Paul Jenkins executed a lot better, and you can tell that Black Bolt that we're seeing in this run, or in this show, is not that Black Bolt. Nor is it anything like this Medusa. None of these characters are the same. The only one that's the closest is Gorgon. That is it.
It's not too hard to...
That's like a crime with a lot of movies, especially you see this in reboots, where it's not the actual movie. You're just taking character names and some of the characteristics. That doesn't make it the actual
Is that
IP.
it for the comments?
No, I thought you were done because you were just like,
Oh, no.
listen.
This is what I gotta say.
Let me just tear down through this. So, let's see. So Serenity doesn't think they're oppressing anybody. Nothing wrong with a monarchy.
Because caste systems aren't oppressing anybody, right?
Nothing wrong with a monarchy, but okay, support the dude who is a murderer and is obviously lying about caring about the people and is just after
Technically,
power.
Black Bolt's a murderer too. He murdered his parents, so there's that.
But this comment is relevant to this episode that just aired. Serenity also said, just give me witches, Jennifer Kale, Santana, and Topaz, real magic, and a diverse group of women. And he also thinks Winter Soldier is overrated. The Thor films have been blah, and Hulk is in it, so I'll continue to ignore it. Not a fan of Thor or Hulk or Ragnarok, apparently.
Wow.
So pretty much, I'm getting Serenity.
You like really
terrible
bad.
taste.
I was just gonna say, you like really, really, really bad movies and stuff.
Well, fan of the Inhumans, so I guess that would explain
kinda.
it all.
Who is the biggest troll, Serenity or Jezer?
Whoa! Jezzer doesn't bump
Jezzer's-
heads with Serenity, so I guess Serenity is
Let's check Jezer's YouTube username.
I think it's Serenity that's really just like Serenity trolls.
So you
man.
guys want to
We do.
talk about this last episode of Inhumans?
Yeah,
real quick
because
so
it
we
was
can close out?
actually
It was actually the first good one.
This was the episode I was on set for. The
good
one episode.
Good compared to what they've already put out, like, which doesn't help much. That's like saying, "Oh man," like you always say, but it's the director's cut that's really good.
So
well, the
stupid,
director's
I
cut
hate
should have
that.
been the first cut I saw. It's kind of like that for this one, where it's like, "Oh, the third episode was, the fifth episode was amazing. The fifth episode should have been the first one." Because I had to go through 4 of them
That's
to
what I
get to this.
said in episode 2, our first
And
live show.
That's the thing, and a lot of people, anywhere you look online right now, people are just pooping on this show. Oh, I hate it. Oh, it's this. Why? Where Marvel went wrong. That's what they keep saying. But this episode was very, very good, and I'm wondering.
Very, very good.
Well,
It
compared
was
to anything
very,
else.
one very.
Compared
I
to
wouldn't put
anything
two
else.
varies
Okay,
in there.
Maybe not even a very. This episode was good.
Because very, very good is like Daredevil's,
That's
level.
that's not even wrong. Then
Actually,
this
that's
episode was watchable. Let's say that because
Well, it was very heavy on the Karnak storyline.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
flashbacks still weird, still kind of
Still
had
a
no
little bit?
relevance.
Really?
Yeah.
Where it was him and the Karnak thing, and he told him,
At the end, I kind
You're
of
gonna
got
do
they were
this."
trying to highlight how close Karnak was, or how disconnected Karnak is to the way he treats Gorgon. But when it first started, it was like, why is this random flashback in here with the flag and everything?
When they did do it, I was like, what? Why? This was so stupid. Like, it was just slice of life type stuff where this show should never have that. because you don't want to know that much about these characters.
And they don't do flashbacks too well either.
No, their flashbacks
they don't.
are terrible.
No, they don't.
The transition is very jarring. I don't like the cinematography of it. Like if you watch How to Get Away with Murder, they do flash forwards and flashbacks really well. Especially
Lost did it great too.
Yeah, Lost did it amazingly. But my funniest moment, because I literally said the same line as the character at the same time, was Mortis. When Hurley over here like lit up the ropes and he went running, and I was like, really?
I love how
Mortis at the same time.
He looked over. Really?
Because he was just like bumbling about. I was like, dude, where are you running to?
I need to
You
know.
made so much noise doing it.
I need to know who they have playing as him because they are on it. They are on it so well. Like he's snarky, he's sarcastic. Every time he's on screen, you're like, oh, what's he gonna say? You love it, but everyone else, you're kind of like, well. But yeah, when Hawaiian Hurley went ahead, and, that's what I call him, Hawaiian Hurley, and he heats it up and it starts running off. I love the way he runs.
Hurley.
I love the way he runs.
Oh my god.
His feet don't leave the ground.
What else?
They don't. It's like kind of, and yet he moves so quickly, and it's like, oh, dude, that's a dangerous guy because he's so big and he looks like, oh, he does, and then he covers space really quick, like a football player.
So they seem to be really confused about him. Is he an Inhuman?
I should be the king of Batalon.
Or different?
That was on the set.
Did you put that up?
Yeah, hold on.
I want to see that picture. Joseph.
I'll send it to you.
Joe says he should be the king of Avalon.
Well, Black Bolt is a douche.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Nobody really talks to him.
Well,
If only he would stay silent.
they're all kind of unlikable. So I guess you would fit right in too.
No.
Ooh.
True story.
Because we don't have the pixelated feature.
Oh my god.
No, is the guy an Inhuman or is he a mutant or something?
Hawaiian Hurley.
Yeah, because they
He's
seem to
an
be very
Inhuman.
confused about him and where he comes from.
Well,
Even Black Bolt.
I remember
He's
when
an
he
Inhuman.
told his story, he was like, well,
He went through the Terrigen Mist.
I woke
and
up
was
one
covered
day-
in the dust. That's
exactly.
all ties back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what would happen when they would turn...
So what's he doing on Mars?
They're actually technically called New Humans.
Because they kind of let
because
they let
because
the Terrigen Mist
in
go on
Agents of
because-
S.H.I.E.L.D., what happened was, no, they didn't let it go on anything.
what's her name?
It was contaminating the water. The Terrigen Mist was contaminating the water. The people that had the DNA that could unlock the Inhumans transformed into Inhumans.
But I thought what's her name also released that bomb.
Terrigen
what's her
bomb?
name? Bomb. What's her name? Which, funny enough, I'm like, the Terrigen bomb in the comic too, but Black Bolt, blah blah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but in this one, on the show, I thought one time Sky's mom had the Terrigen bomb and tried to let that go or something.
She tried, but
that's right.
It didn't work out, obviously.
So yeah, a bunch of people got contaminated with Terrigen water. Boom, boom. A bunch of people turned into it.
See, I was on the
explained it
set of Inhumans for this episode, but I guess it's up on the pictures.
But yeah, I think the way they close out the storyline with Karnak's side piece or not side piece, I guess his main piece, his main squeeze.
His main squeeze. Which I mean, hey, he's doing
That
pretty
was
well.
cool.
Unfortunately, he pretty much helped her get shot trying to save himself.
He's like,
That was some
karate.
selfish shit.
Yeah.
But that was dope. Like, oh yes, his power's back. This is
Look
this
at
is
this.
one of those.
Look at this. Look at those
Look at
demon
this.
horns.
So, who would you, if we had to do that? Who do you think you would be on?
Let's
Inhumans?
not do this.
Nope.
Let's not do
Come
this.
on.
No, I wouldn't be any of those terrible people. I'd
You
probably
would-
be the scientist lady.
You would be Medusa.
I would not.
Easily Medusa.
I would not.
Yeah.
Kelly would
No.
be Crystal.
Yeah. Kelly would be Crystal.
JD would be Lockjaw. That's
Yeah.
super easy. He just
Come on.
sleeps in.
No.
And gets hit by ATVs.
I don't know who you would be.
I don't know.
Because you
I'm
for sure wouldn't be
definitely not
Gorgon.
Why not? What do you mean?
You are not Gorgon. You're too much of a. You're like too much of a softie. Too much
That's
of a
Gorgon, though. The
Yeah,
doofus,
look,
too.
he is.
He's
He
a
walks
doofus.
around. Hey, wait a minute. What the hell is going on?
clown shoe over here. Yeah,
What the
you would be a
hell's going
clown
on
shoe.
here?
You would be a new Inhuman called Clown Shoe.
I am not enjoying this at all. I don't like this game. I don't like this
started it.
game.
I
I
told
don't like
you.
this game. I don't like this game.
I told you.
You're the new Inhuman Clown Shoe.
Clown shoe?
Clownimus Shootitus.
Shoot.
There you go.
Can you pixelate that one too? Right there for you.
Clown Shoe. But yeah, I don't know. The
Clown
Inhumans.
Shoe.
So continue with this character breakdown. Daniel would be the Hawaiian Hurley. Who wrote that?
Oh, bravo, bravo. The Hawaiian Hurley. I hate you.
Crystal did go swimming. I'm sure of it. I'm sure she did. Because her character's so lame and that whole storyline's so lame.
She went swimming. Is that
So we
thing
done with
on?
this Inhumans review?
No.
What else is left to actually highlight on the show? What happened on the episode that was like something? Ooh,
Well, Maximus, His like whole goal is finally coming to light, and then those people at the end that were like, "We're gonna stage a coup to get the false king out," and all that. So
we like the caste system. We like being ruled over.
Well,
some people are like that though.
Some people are like that. Yeah,
the only reason he's looking to abolish the caste system now is just so he has an endless amount of people to throw at his brother. That's all he's doing.
I don't think that's his goal anymore, especially after he just learned about how this doctor could probably manipulate DNA.
So in the comics, what happens in Paul Jenkins' run, he Black Bolt's like 10 steps ahead of his brother. He knows that all this is happening, but his whole purpose is for Maximus to do this, so he can actually have sympathy for the Inhumans in Attilan and then move them to Earth organically. So his whole goal in the comics is for that. This is not that.
No.
He's like, your brother wants to have words with you. I was like, this is what you guys write? This is what you consider a threat?
Oh my god.
Like, when they kept throwing around the word traitor, like, that was supposed to be like, such a heavy...
I didn't know!
Because they're trying to make it like Game of Thrones-ish.
It's so lame.
Oh my god. So Hawaiian Hurley would be...
I didn't say that. He said that.
No, Hawaiian Hurley would be, what's his name? Hold the door. Hold the
door.
Yeah. So he'd be Hodor and then who's Bran?
No, let's not even. Don't insult Game of Thrones by doing this.
Would be Bran.
Black Bolt. The funny thing is, I actually like Anson Mount, and I like Black Bolt as a character. I like Black Bolt as a character. I think it's the hardest character to have to act.
I don't know. Karnak seems to be a little difficult too.
Well, just in terms of what he has to do, but to put it this way, I think Anson Mount is probably doing a better job than I think Vin Diesel would have done.
Oh yeah,
let's just say that.
Yes.
So
Anson Mount, he emotes and you see it.
Yeah, have you seen Vin Diesel try to emote on
I just kind of wish that Black Bolt was a better written character, not so much written words, but written as an actual character. Then I think Anson Mount would have been better off for it.
Yeah, I definitely think he's doing the best with what he's given.
It's not just me, but most of his sign language is this, right?
It reminds me of Captain America. Yeah, because in the first Avengers movie, he was like,
when he was telling her, "Don't say this," he went, and then later when he said, "Oh, your head hurts," he goes, I was like, "What does the mouth have to do with your head? What's going on here?" Like,
there were
he asked about her hair, and he goes, "Why does he always do this?"
No, it's probably means like asking what happened.
Guess, but that's not. God.
Well, they made up their own. They're not saying this is the American.
So but why wouldn't they ASL? Yeah, they should have just done ASL. It would have been actually cooler.
It probably would have took longer though.
No, true.
They did make up their. They make up their own.
Yeah, it's just. I would like it if it was ASL. It would, but you're right.
There seemed to be a lot of like military and baseball kind of.
Yeah. It's just really weird. It's just really weird.
I think it's probably too little too late because we have 2-3 episodes left.
Yeah.
We have.
And they're
I don't care if they have the best
pace.
If they have the best episode on TV as the next one, it's too late.
Well, I mean, listen, it just came out today that it hit its all-time low in ratings.
Wow.
And it was the best episode they had.
Where they needed to impress.
Who'd have thought that fans would be like, please bring back Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean,
so
it didn't end very good, though.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a lot better of a show.
So quick, people are like, let's have us bring that back.
Bring back Peggy Carter,
yes,
please.
Exactly. Bring back Peggy Carter.
So you guys still think there's going to be a season 2?
No. I don't think you even still think. I don't think anybody thought.
No, somebody did. I don't know if it was Sarah or Sam or you said.
There's not going to be a season 2.
I mean, they cut her hair and all that shit. Nothing. No.
Hello, quick row over to summertime.
I don't think there'll be a season 2, but I definitely think that there's going to be a crossover with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because they're like, damn, we still got you on contract. We got to do something.
We got to kill off these characters.
Exactly. Shoot, we got a lot in Hawaii. We still have to use.
Remember when I said there were Skrulls?
Is anyone else annoyed by Aron? This chick who keeps coming back to life.
I hate her. She's so annoying.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know what sucks is that as a person, she's really nice in real life, but like, the character is terrible.
It is. It's terribly written. She has 2 types of voices, 2 emotions.
I like Cicada or whatever, much better than her. And Cicada just makes a
so
scream.
weird.
Are we done?
No.
I think it's done.
There's more about this fucking show.
Did you watch the episode?
Yeah, but I'm zoned out. As soon as you said Inhumans, I zoned out.
Hey, Serenity. So you said you're an Inhumans fan.
Wait, is Serenity on?
How do you know? I'm just asking because Serenity's gonna watch. You said you're an Inhumans fan. I just want to know, what do you think about the show right now? Are you disappointed with it? Because if you're not, I need to know why. Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because right now, I am upset with the show that they would allow them to ruin the Inhumans in this way. I'm not a big Inhumans fan. I'm not. I really don't care about them.
It just all lies in the writing and the directing and the show running. That's what happened. Like
So
the
that's
line where
where-
like, oh,
so
I changed my
writing,
mind.
Directing, and show running is where they all fail.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Like,
No problem.
oh, I changed my mind. I would like you to call me my king or whatever.
Yeah, when he did that, literally when he
We're
did, when
friends.
he was like, we're friends. Don't call me.
This
my
is
king."
why we're not going to talk
You're
about
right,
Inhumans
Maximus.
past this anymore, because this is just as even recapping it's boring. To me.
No, well, we have to finish, okay?
No, we don't. So
There's 2-3 episodes.
we're
left.
not doing anything. I think we did just fine with the numbers with the Marvel movie news stuff, and that's what we're
Like
saying.
we should have ended
No,
So-
you guys wanted to do this.
So
pitched
this is what we're doing.
before.
And,
Y'all, Inhumans.
So that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. If you want to follow us on social media, you can do so. Daniel, where can we find you?
At Battle Saga Galactica. You can find me there. On Twitter, it's that hashtag BSG.
He'll also be downtown tonight near
I
2nd
will.
Street
I will
or
around
4th Street
Around 2nd and
at
Alameda.
8 o'clock.
2nd and Alameda. Go ahead.
Why are you going to Little Tokyo?
Just for fun. Just for fun.
Either you're picking up a hooker or you're going to the same party. I'm going to.
Well, why do you have to pick up a hooker there? That's a very nice,
you're
clean,
acting
reputable
really
area.
suspect.
There's the arcade place or whatever, Bar 82, not far from there. All these. What do you gotta say? What? Oh my god.
Anyway, you can catch me in a few hours from now for hashtag After Dark. Also Tuesdays for hashtag Our Picture Show. We only have 2 more weeks left of that. And on Twitter, Miggy Spicy, and Facebook, Miggy Spicy.
You have 2 episodes left of that?
Yeah, remember it's Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 weeks of Halloween, baby. Next week will be Stanley's Comic-Con. So I don't know how and you guys are on the panel next Saturday, so I don't know how the shows are
The
going
Halloween
to.
episode is gonna be lit.
Are you doing the Ouija board?
I don't want to. That's what
But
I'm
you're
saying.
going to.
That's
That's
remember,
right.
I started
I
off
don't
with.
want
I started
to.
off with. I'm not doing it. Now it's.
Are you bringing all your sage bullshit?
Yeah, I'm bringing white candles. We're going to have a protective circle.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
You could be outside the circle since you want to be possessed, but I'm going to be in
Brother
the circle.
Voodoo over here. Anyway.
Oh, you're the one. You're the one who wants to be
I don't give a
possessed.
shit. Yeah, I do. I don't care. I think all that stuff's fake. It's all stupid.
He's going to be like,
It's the dumbest stuff I've
vomiting
ever heard.
beast.
Yeah, right. We're just gonna be like, what's going on?
All right, this is how all good supernatural horror movies start. Oh, this shit is dumb. And then you're over here
You
calling.
know what? Those are movies.
Father
Those
Time.
are movies. This is it.
No, there have been really counts. The Conjuring is based off of real story.
It's based off. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off of a real story.
No, it actually.
It is
those
based
people
off of a
are
real
real.
story.
I just want the Bruce Almighty moment.
You know what else is based off of a real story? The Amityville Horror is also based off of a real story.
Yeah, it's real.
Which people, it's not real. Even the author was like, I made this shit up.
I'm telling
Anyway.
you,
But
man.
not the Conjuring people. They're real.
Oh, they're real, yeah.
All right, Joe.
That's going to do it for us
None of us
here
are
on
Halloween
that
episodes will be better
hashtag
than-
show. You can find me at that hashtag Joe on Instagram and Twitter, and you can catch me in a couple hours on whatever we're doing next.
Where it's gonna be after dark.
Yep. That's going to do it, though. Please watch it, I guess. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending geek pop culture.
In geek pop culture.
Someone's over it.
Yeah, right. He's like, yeah, Inhumans this.